Well, hello there. Sion Batson here from Sion Batson Tutoring, and in this video, I will be teaching you how to find the slope of a line using 2 points. A very important concept for 8th grade students, high school students, GED students, and college students. So let's go. Now, the slope of a line is a numerical value that tells us how steep the line is. So if you ever want to determine how steep a line is, you will have to find the slope for that line. To find the slope of a line, you can use any 2 points that are on that line. Once you have chosen your 2 points, you will first find the rise, which is the vertical distance between the 2 points, or the change in the y-coordinates. To find the change in the y-coordinates, we will subtract the y-coordinates from the 2 points that we have chosen. y2 will be the y-coordinate for the second point, and y1 will be the y-coordinate for the first point. Once we have the change in the y-coordinates, we will divide the change in the y-coordinates by the run, which is the horizontal distance between the 2 points, or the change in the x-coordinates. To find the change in the x-coordinates, we will subtract the x-coordinates from the 2 points that we have chosen. x2 will be the x-coordinate for the second point, and x1 will be the x-coordinate of the first point. How are you feeling so far? Super! So, in a nutshell, to find the slope of a line using 2 points, we will divide the change in the y-coordinates by the change in the x-coordinates. And again, to find the change in the y-coordinates, we will subtract the y-coordinates from the 2 points we have chosen. And to find the change in the x-coordinates, we will subtract the x-coordinates from the 2 points that we have chosen. It's very simple stuff. Very exciting stuff. Now, if you look at my board here, you will see that I have 2 formulas to find the slope. So, take a walk with me. The very first thing I want you to know is that both formulas will give us the same answer. Yes? Now, the second thing I want you to know, or see, is that the change in the y-coordinates is at the top, or in the numerator, for both formulas. And the change in the x-coordinates is at the bottom, or in the denominator, for both formulas. What's also important is, if we begin with y2 in the numerator, we must begin with x2 in the denominator. Or, if you begin with y1 in the numerator, you must begin with x1 in the denominator. Again, both formulas will give you the same answer, but you must put the coordinates in the correct order. How are you feeling? All right. Now, in this video, we will be using the first formula. Yes, to find the slope, we will use y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. It's exciting stuff. It's fun stuff. So let's get the party started. For the first example here, we want to find the slope of a line using these 2 points. The first point we have 5 and negative 5. Second point we have 7 and 3. The very first thing we are going to do is label our points. Remember, each point has 2 coordinates. x coordinate and a y coordinate. An x coordinate and a y coordinate. The first point will be our 1s. So we have x1, y1. And the second point will be our 2s. Once you have labeled your points, we will now put the coordinates into the formula. The formula says, first we will find the change in the y coordinates. And to find the change in the y coordinates, we will subtract y2, which is 3. We're going to put back our subtraction sign. Then we're going to put y1, which is -5. Yes? All right. And now we're going to find the change in the x coordinates. We first put x2, which is 7. We're going to subtract x1, which is 5. So far, so good? Perfect. Now, if you see in the numerator, we have two signs that are next to each other. And remember, whenever two signs are next to each other, we can always combine them. Yes? Once you are adding and subtracting integers, whenever two signs are next to each other, we can combine them. So if we combine these two negative signs, we will get a positive sign. So we can rewrite our formula as 3 plus 5 divided by 7 minus 5. Again, if you need to review how to add and subtract integers, I got you. I did 2 very detailed videos that will help you master the concept. So you can always watch those videos and review how to add and subtract integers. Once you've mastered the concept, you can come back and join us, yes? Now, let's continue. So after combining our two signs, we're left with 3 plus 5 divided by 7 minus 5. So let's add in the numerator first. 3 plus 5 will give us 8. And 7 minus 5 will give us 2. Now we can simplify this. 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. So the slope for this line is positive 4. Yes? How was that? It's very simple stuff. It's very exciting stuff. How are you feeling? Come on. Now, whenever your slope is positive, our line will be go up, or our line will go upwards. Yes? Whenever you have a positive slope, the positive slope tells us that your line should be going upwards. Yes? It's very simple stuff, very fun stuff. Come on. Come on. All right. Very quickly. If you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And thank you for joining us. Now, kindly click on the subscribe button and turn your notifications on so that you can be notified every time I post a fun, exciting, and easy to follow math tutorial. Yes? Now, let us keep the party going. We're going to change our coordinates here. I have some very spicy examples here for you. We're going to use 4, negative, and negative 17, negative 20, and 1. Let's put back our formula. All right, so again, the very first thing we want to do here is label our points. Yes, we're going to label the coordinates for each point. Again, each point has an x and a y. The first point will be our 1s, x1, y1. And the second point will be our 2s, x2, y2. Now that we have labeled the coordinates, we can put them into our formula. y2 is 1 minus, always put your minus sign, then put y1. y1 in this example is negative 17. Yes? Then let's come down to the denominator. x2 is negative 20. Put back your subtraction sign. And x1 is 4. So far, so good. Again, if you see here, we have two signs that are next to each other. And whenever two signs are next to each other, we can combine them. Once you are adding and subtracting integers, whenever two signs are next to each other, you can combine them. If we combine a negative and a negative, we will get a positive. So we can rewrite the formula as 1 plus 17 over negative 20 minus 4. How are you feeling? Now, let us add. 1 plus 17 will give us 18. And negative 20 minus 4 will give us negative 24. It's very straightforward stuff. It's very fun stuff. Now, after adding and subtracting, you always check to see if you can write your slope in its simplest form. Yes? So here, we can divide both the numerator and the denominator by what? 6? Yes? 18 divided by 6 will give us 3. And negative 24 divided by 6 will give us negative 4. So our slope here will be a negative 3 over 4. Yes, if you see what I did, the negative sign that's in the denominator, I put it in the middle because this negative sign makes the entire slope negative. Yes, so our final answer here will be negative 3/4 or negative 3 over 4. This negative slope tells us that the line will be going downwards. Yes, whenever your slope is negative, the line will be going down. Yes, it's very simple stuff, very exciting stuff. So the slope for our line here, again, is negative 3 over 4. So far, so good? So far you have seen that your slope can be positive or it can be negative. Do we have more options? Well, I have some very spicy examples for you here. So let's keep the party going here. Let's try this one here. Again, we want to find the slope of a line using our 2 points here. So the very first thing we are going to do is label the coordinates for each point. Remember, each point has an x coordinate and a y coordinate. An x coordinate and a y coordinate. The first point will be our 1s, x1, y1. And the second point will be our 2s, x2, y2. Now that we have labeled the coordinates from each point, we will put the coordinates into the formula. y2 is 3 minus y1 is 3 as well. Now we go to the denominator. x2 is 20 minus x1 is 19. How are you feeling? Are you following what's happening so far? It's very simple stuff. Let's subtract. 3 take 3 will give me 0. And 20 take 19 will give me 1. 0 divided by 1 is 0. Ooh! What does a slope of 0 mean? A slope of 0 means that this line is not rising or falling. There is no rise. Remember, the rise is in the numerator, right? The change in the y-coordinates tell us how the line is rising or falling, right? In this example, there is no rise. So since there is no rise, this line will be a horizontal line. Yes? So far you have seen that your slope can be positive, your slope can be negative, or the slope can be 0. Yes? Do we have more options? I have one more example for you here, and then I will give you guys a chance to shine. Do we have more options? My camera woman is saying she don't know. Well, let's find out. Let's say we have 18, negative 5, and 18 and 20. And again, we want to find the slope of a line using these 2 points. So the very first thing we will do is label the coordinates in each point. Again, each point has an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate. X-coordinate, y-coordinate. Yes? The first point will be our 1s. So we'll use x1, y1. And the second point will be our 2s. x2, y2. Now that we have labeled the coordinates, we will put them into the formula. y2 is 20 minus y1, which is negative 5. Again, before you put the second coordinate, always put the subtraction sign. You put the subtraction sign, then put whatever the second coordinate is. Now let's go to the denominator. x2 is 18 minus x1, which is 18 as well. Again, in the numerator, we have 2 signs that are next to each other. And whenever there are 2 signs next to each other, we can combine them. Never forget that whenever you're adding and subtracting integers and there are 2 signs that are next to each other, we can combine them. Yes? If we combine a negative and a negative, we will get a positive. So we can rewrite the formula as 20 plus 5 divided by 18 minus 18. This will give us 20 plus 5 is 25. And 18 minus 18 will give us 0. Woo! What is 25 divided by 0? Well, remember, we can never divide by 0. So since we cannot divide by 0, there's no way we can tell what the slope will be. So since we are unable to say what the slope will be here, the slope for this line, or the slope between these 2 points, will be undefined. Undefined simply means we do not know what it is. And we do not know what it is because we're not allowed to divide by 0. So since this slope is undefined, this line will be a vertical line. Why? Because the 0 tells us here that there is no run. So this line, there's no run, there's no horizontal movement. So it'll be a straight vertical line. So you have seen that a slope can be positive, a slope can be negative, a slope can be 0, or the slope can be undefined. Fun stuff! So you have 4 options for your slope. All right, now, guess what time it is? Oh yes, you guys know this was coming. It is your turn to shine. Come on. It's your turn to shine. Hey, your turn to shine. It's your turn to shine. All right. Now, like always, you guys will pause the video. Yes? And try this problem on your own. You're going to pause the video and find the slope using these 2 points right here. Remember the plan. You will first label the coordinates of each point. Then you will put them into the formula. Remember the plan. Go step by step. I believe in you. You got this. Yes? All right. Pause the video. Give it a try. Come back and let's see if we get the same answer. If you need to, like always, you can go watch the previous examples. Then come back and join us. Yes? All right. Now, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I know that each and every one of you got the correct answer, but still let's work it together and see. So again, the first thing we are going to do is label the coordinates in each point. Again, each coordinate has an x coordinate, each point has an x coordinate and a y coordinate. X coordinate, y coordinate. Yes? The first point will be our 1s, and the second point will be our 2s. Now we'll put our coordinates into the formula. y2 is 8 minus x2 is, y1, what is happening, is 17. So y2 is 8 and y1 is 17. Yes? All right. x2 is 7 and x1 is 10. So far, so good? All right. Let's see what's happening here. 8 minus 17 will give us, I can't hear you. Come on, speak up, speak up, speak up, speak up. Should give us 9. Very good. -9. And 7 minus 10 should give us -3. Yes? And again, you always want to simplify the slope whenever you can, or simplify the fraction whenever you can. -9 divided by -3 will give us a +3, or just 3. So our final answer here is 3. So our slope is 3. 3. Yes? So our slope here is positive. So again, since the slope is positive, that simply tells us that the line will be going up. Yeah? Up. All right. Give yourselves a pat on the shoulder for getting this correct. All right. Can we do one more? Yes. Let's do one more here, and then we are out of here. One more problem here, and then you guys are free to go. I know you guys have mastered the concept. I know. But I just want to make sure, yeah? Well, not even make sure. I just want to have some fun. Let's have some fun. I want to give you some negative integers to work with. So again, we're going to find the slope using these 2 points. You're going to first label the coordinates for each point, and then put the coordinates into the formula. You got this. I believe in each and every one of you. Come on. Pause the video, give it a try, and come back. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. I know that you guys have gotten this correct. Yes? So let's work it and see. The very first thing, again, that we will do is label the coordinates from each point. Remember, each point has 2 coordinates, an x and a y coordinate. Yes? The first point will be our 1s, and the second point will be our 2s. Now, let's put our coordinates into the formula. y2 is -6 minus y1, which is 1. So far, so good? All right. Let's come down to the denominator now. x2 is 1 minus x1 negative 13. So far, so good? All right. Now, in the denominator, we have two signs that are next to each other. So we can combine them. Remember, whenever we are adding or subtracting integers, we can combine signs that are next to each other. So let's combine them first. We put back what we have in the numerator. If we combine these two negative signs, we get a positive sign. So this will give us 1 plus 13. Now we can add and subtract, yes? Negative 6, negative 1 gives us negative 7. And 1 plus 13 will give us 14. And again here, we can simplify the fraction, or we can simplify our slope. We can divide both by 7. Negative 7 divided by 7 will give us negative 1. And 14 divided by 7 will give us 2. Yes? But this subtraction sign, or this negative sign in front of the 1, we'll put it in the middle of our fraction. Because this subtraction sign, or that negative sign, makes the entire slope negative. So our final answer here is negative 1/2. That negative slope tells us that the line will be going down, 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 down. How are you feeling right now? I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope that this video will help you master the concept of finding the slope of your line using just 2 points. Yes? Until next time, enjoy your math practice and your math homework. See you.